Welcome everyone, and this is Top Rope Talk. How you like that intro, huh? Hey, I am the sniper. He is the pundit, and repping Sideline Sports. Top Rope Talk. So this is all pro wrestling all the time. And today, or to this evening rather, this is going to be the WWE Elimination Chamber Perth preview show. So for the next nearly half hour, we're going to be previewing the matches that are going to be taking place. To those of y'all who do not know, Elimination Chamber is this Saturday at we'll go ahead and go by East Coast time because those on the East Coast, it's going to be at 4:30 a.m. because they are in Australia and they're like a day ahead and everything. You know, all the
18
time.
hours. Yep.
Yep. So yes, it will be 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So with that being said, Jacob, how's it going tonight, man?
Not bad. Every time I see that background, I'm thinking, welcome to Raw.
Yeah.
Welcome tonight, Marty Jannetty versus Diesel.
Yeah. That was man, that was
1993, 94.
Yeah, that was like what, 35-year-old Vince, something like that?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, 40-something, yeah.
40 something, yeah. So yes, before we get started, just so you all know, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn as well. The Sideline Sports, on YouTube. We got a lot of great material on there. Also, check us out on Stream TV and DBTV as well. We're also on Twitter, X, and also on Facebook. Also, go and follow our guy James Tatum at James Tatum 12 on YouTube. A lot of great content, especially the Gauntlet, and he's also got LinkedIn podcast as well. It's currently in the off season because it's Eagle centric, but during the season, and you know what? While we're waiting on the season, because we got 29 more weeks, y'all, 20 more, no more weekends, 29 more weekends until week 1 of the NFL schedule, but you can go on there and kind of retroactively, watch some old episodes and get a feel about how it is. And then, what's coming up for the next season. Also, the Gauntlet just debuted season 4. This guy right next to me was on it also. This aired last Friday.
Number 20 episode for me.
Yep, 20th episode for him. He's been a bit of a mainstay. So yeah, that aired last week. You can go on Sideline Sports, go on James Tatum 12 on YouTube and catch that episode as well. And so now let's go ahead and get started with the festivities. And that is a preview of the Women's Elimination Chamber match. So Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton. Funny because when she wrestles, you kind of see Trish Stratus in her a little bit.
She's a lot more. Tiffany Stratton's a lot more of a natural than Trish.
She is.
A lot more.
Yeah, very true. Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and the winner of the Battle Royal coming up on Friday Night SmackDown. They're going to be in the Elimination Chamber match, and the winner will go on to face the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania 40. We'll go on and preview that match here in a little bit. But as far as this one here goes, who do you see winning it? Jacob, take it away.
Well, I see Becky Lynch winning it, but I see Jade Cargill going in and destroying everybody, including Bianca.
Okay.
Just going in. Remember, she's not in the match. She's just going to go away. Everybody's going to be hurt. She's going to destroy them all and just lay them out. And it's like, or she could easily do one thing. She could cost Bianca she could go through the ring and cost Bianca.
She could,
but here's the thing about that though. It has to be at the very, very end, so people don't smack through the damn ring and go through it in that hole.
Yeah, or she could be the final entrant, and it could be one of those dominating performances like we saw one time with Shayna Baszler. Only Shayna Baszler eliminated everybody, but it could be a case where she eliminates all but one, and that's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is my pick also, just because the story is kind of written on the wall that she has to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. We'll preview that matchup coming.
That's going to be a great match.
But yeah. If it comes to be, which I think it all but will, it's going to be a great match. But yeah, now with Naomi having made her comeback, seeing her in this Elimination Chamber match is refreshing. It's great to see her get another run in WWE. I think also this is going to be Tiffany Stratton's breakout match. Um, because she had been so dominant on NXT and now she's on SmackDown. I think this is going to be her breakout match. I think Becky Lynch is going to win the match, but Tiffany Stratton is going to steal the show.
Yeah, there's no question. No question. And it's like, one of the things about Naomi also, you got to realize the difference with Vince gone now. Naomi can easily get back in the fold now with Vince gone, because you got to remember, anybody, all the way from Hacksaw Duggan with the Iron Sheik, all the way those years ago, to Jeff Hardy, to RVD, to any of them, anybody that had a screw up, he never trusted you again.
Yeah.
Naomi would have been back as far as on the roster. She might have had a few things, but she'd be on the lower card with Vince around. No question. She could be back in the, if she stays, behaves, she'll be right back into the fold again. It's like, but she has to, one big thing about it though is she really does, she's had the DUI. She can't have too many of those.
No, she can't.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like, good for her to recover. It's going to be a long road, but it's going to be a long road. But you know something? If she stays busy, she can forget about this, you know?
Yeah, she absolutely can, And now, with that being said, do you think that she would be here if Vince was still in control 100%?
Roster, yes. Lower card, yes. Just
Okay.
saying. Because he brought everybody back except Macho Man Randy Savage, which was funny. He brought everybody back, but the only one that he brought back that didn't get completely humiliated was Hogan. Because you don't humiliate Hogan. He just knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody else he humiliated and did all that stuff. She'd be on the lower card. She'd be humiliated in some way. She'd lose to. I remember that if Vince was still around, they'd probably bring the Dewdrop name back.
Oh,
I hated that name with a passion and despised it,
it was the
especially
worst
Piper Niven's
name.
that good. Piper Niven's that good.
Yeah, and with that being said, that was just a living proof that Vince McMahon literally, did things just to do it.
Well, he did things. He did things. You got to realize he had about a first grade sense of humor.
Yeah.
Dewdrop.
Yeah, and living proof because years ago, and Natalia is probably technically the most gifted out of that whole roster at one point in time, and he gave her a farting gimmick. Like, really? That's how you treat the most talented? Yet, but also, you know what? This goes back to when John Laurinaitis was running creative, and they openly admitted that he never saw the skill of a female wrestler. He would go to like Maxim magazine and like pick women out of there.
Of
It was
course
all
they
about
would.
it was more about the sex appeal look and less about actual ability. This is why Kelly was Diva champion, and she was the worst one ever.
How many? That's the thing. But to give credit, I'm not a fan of Laurinaitis, but give credit. How many women were on cards in his time? I'm like, let's just say this. It's like maybe if you moved them over from let's see Mid South or something like that when they bought that out, and
Hmm.
maybe they had a couple of those women matches there, be like, that kind of deal. Maybe you
Yeah,
had some things. Maybe you had them in the dark matches, whatever. Maybe he saw them, but you can't. They really, it was all man show,
yeah, that's
and it's
true.
like he's not going to know what the he didn't know. I don't. There's no way he really ever knew the Moolah. Wendy Richter,
Hmm.
Leilani Kai, Velvet McIntyre. He wouldn't. He'd know the names. He wouldn't, but it wouldn't have been his thing. They were all WWF.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Well,
Yeah.
we'll go on to our next matchup here for preview, and this is our undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. So, New Cash Republic they won the tournament. They earned themselves a title shot against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Can New Cash Republic shock the world, or will the undisputed Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest walk into WrestleMania with the gold?
Well, Priest is no. The Republic's going to win it because
Hmm.
yeah, oh yeah, because this is around the time where Priest is probably going to attack and get out. He's probably going to attack Finn and get out. He'll probably break the thing up, and he's going to want that title. He's going to want the singles title,
Hmm.
and he's got the
Interesting.
briefcase.
So he turns on Finn Balor at
Yes.
at the pay per view.
and then Lee, and then remember, it's like, and you can get that, and then he'll go on. I mean, I would love for him to take one of the belts. I think it's gonna be Seth's. That would be as much as I said it, the one thing that go after that. I said it the last week about going after Cody or Roman. That would make him a star. It'd make him hated, but it'd make him an absolute star. But I mean, they would go after Triple H with pitchforks and torches if they did that.
But see, the thing,
go ahead.
but see, the thing here is, if you have Damian Priest, because Damian Priest is getting so much heat as a heel, and it's probably a safe bet to leave him as a heel. So if you have him turn on Finn Balor, he essentially would have to turn heel.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. He essentially would have to turn face. I don't know how that's going to be received.
Well, no, but I mean, he got the heat. It's like, no, he could still stay heel and do all that. People like cheering for. hold on. People like cheering for Finn Balor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It just breaks up the faction anyway. They just find a story to do that. But they like cheering for Balor anyway. So just the thing. Let him have his title. Let him get. Let the Priest get his title at WrestleMania. You've got Seth. You got Seth as a challenger. You've got Finn as a challenger. That's 2 immediately. 6 months. That's 6 months. That's 6 months worth. So it's like, just get that. You know what I mean? Just get the thing started. Priest is great.
Yeah. I see that. Now, as far as the tag team of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate had, made his beans in NXT.
Oh, you mean Butch?
UK. Oh, yeah, Butch, my bad. No. He's Pete Dunne.
I know.
This is more that Vince bullshit, dude. Like, they come over to Raw or SmackDown and you want to change their name, and I'm like, why? Why? He's Pete Dunne. He's the bruiserweight. Why you want to change him to Butch? It's just more that bullshit, dude.
And another thing too. This is my thing. I don't know who does this. Maybe it's Pete Dunne. Who gave him the middle-aged woman swimsuit? I'm sorry. I hate that thing. At least give him Kurt Hennig's tights if you want to go the wrestler way.
As far as a singlet?
Yes, but that stupid middle-aged 53-year-old woman does. It looks absolutely like a 53-year-old woman's swimsuit, one-piece swimsuit.
Oh wow!
I cannot stand. I mean, it's like, I like this if he's going to do a singlet, but just give him long tights, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Or since they're the brawl, of the brawling brute, nature and whatnot, and they're brawl and they're street fighters and whatnot. You want to give them that Street Fighter look. Have them wear jeans and tape fists.
Oh, I mean, you want to know what that would really good thing would be is Diamond Dallas Page's look.
Yes, from '98.
Yeah, from '98 when he had the jeans and he had the taped up ribs and everything.
Taped ribs. That's the best Page get up ever.
Oh, I know. Well, see, here's the thing. Be glad he didn't wear cowboy boots because he'd slip in that dang ring.
Hey, yeah.
It's like, at least he put the cowboy boots, but the jeans look cool. He just looks like someone who's going to come out of a barn fight.
Yeah.
But no, Bruiserweight, I wouldn't mind that whole thing, especially little guys who want to fight. It's like, Pete Dunne looks like, he looks like Dave Finlay anyway.
Yeah.
He looks like Dave Finlay anyway. He fights like him.
And see, you know what? The practice of wrestlers, and whenever you look at guys like Brooklyn Brawler and Diamond Dallas Page, and even John Moxley at one point in time, I kind of think that the old movie Roadhouse gave inspiration. That Roadhouse Patrick Swayze look, bar fighter look. Like, yeah. I think that's what kind of jump started. Like, if Roadhouse had never came out, we wouldn't be seeing wrestlers in jeans and tape fists.
Oh no question. And thing is, another thing with his look. You remember, Finlay came out. He had the strap, he had the thing and stuff like that, but he also kind of had a longer pants from down to his knees.
Yeah,
he could do that. But I mean, Pete Dunne could do that.
He could. He very well could.
I mean, it's like, just get him a little longer, stuff like that. Just look a lot. It look a lot better. I can't stand. Never could. Not in NXT. Couldn't stand it. It looked ridiculous, especially for his size.
Yeah, being the smaller guy. Because remember, King Kong Bundy wore the same thing, but King Kong Bundy was a giant dude.
King Kong Bundy, I mean, he was a walking condominium. Remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go on to our next one, and I don't know. This one may be obvious. Maybe this is kind of a I I don't want to use the term filler, especially not when it comes to Nia Jax or anything. And in fact, no, we won't call it that because for a while, whenever we've seen Nia Jax run into Rhea Ripley or Rhea Ripley run into Nia Jax seemingly gets the best of her. And as dominant as Rhea Ripley has been, this match puts Rhea Ripley on the under for the first time in her run. She's like on the underdog, like she's the one that's actually looking up, literally, because Nia Jax, right? But Nia Jax just seemingly finds a way to get the best of her, and so now you have a homecoming in Rhea Ripley. She's coming home to Australia, and she's defending her title against Nia Jax, finally, one-on-one. How do you see this playing out?
Well, of course it's going to be Rhea, and she's strong as all get out. But here's the thing: when I tell you about that whole Zelina Vega match, and it drives me nuts. You know what I mean? This
Hmm.
is the one where she should have won 55 seconds. It's just true. I don't care where it is. This is the one where you have, and it's, especially if you're beating Natalia in 55 seconds. This type of thing. When when that little toothpick took 50, you gave her 15 minutes. This is the point I'm making. When you have Nia Jax, when you have Nia Jax doing that to her, it would mean more if she dominated everyone. This is my point about all of these. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
my point about all of these stories of what you bring up. It's like if you're gonna have Nia Jax dominate, and it's well aware she's huge.
yeah,
It's well necessary. It's Andre. You know, I mean, it's a female version of Andre. It's like you try to hit him and then you're thrown around.
yeah.
That's the way it should be.
It should.
This is her toughest match. But why is she bumping for people? Why is it a thing? It's like that's the thing that is the thing that you had with your big main eventers, outside maybe Flair, with that whole deal. Flair was a heel. That's the one thing you had. Okay, let's just say world class. Let's just say Dr. Death. Dr. Death wasn't bumping for anyone. It didn't necessary.
Yeah,
I mean, he bumping for Terry Gordy? Sure, duh. I mean, the same size. But I mean, they're also big, bold fighters. So of course, you're going to. That's the story and that point. It means more with Nia. It's like, oh my god, this means something.
yes.
This means something if she dominates everyone and all of a sudden this comes back and she can't get the best of her. That's why I don't want, maybe they won't remember, but that's why I don't want to see 15 minutes of a tiny little girl getting the best of her.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to. It's like, doesn't mean
Well,
Selena's, go ahead.
now to your point, Riz is not exactly a tiny little girl.
No, I'm talking about Zelina.
Isn't it? Okay.
No, Rhea's huge.
This one,
Rhea's,
yeah, I mean,
Rhea's,
this one would make sense.
Rhea's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's, no, but what I'm saying is Zelina. That's why I didn't want to see her get 15 minutes of, doing that. It's why I don't, those are the things, it's why I don't want to see little bitty girls having a chance against Nia. Like, all those. There should be, it isn't that they're not athletic, it's not that they're not tough themselves. They are.
Hmm.
But it's got to be a reality to this. It's like, people want to believe in wrestling. They do. They talk about it on the Twitter all the time. They want to believe. So do you say, then you really give a chance of, can Rhea win? Can Rhea win? If
Yeah.
she has dominated this long and she can't get a hold, you know how many people on the social media are going to say no.
Right.
She's been thrown around. She has no chance.
Hmm.
That's why I want to see that. Then of course she's going to win, but you get my point.
Yeah. No, no, absolutely. And now on to our. Now is a great breakdown, by the way, because and I'll say this and we'll move on. Andre bumping for Hogan makes a ton of sense because
Yes,
Hulk Hogan, right?
a 320-pound man. Yes,
Now Andre bumping for Steamboat,
yeah. But what did you
but
do? It's like,
it's supposed to be one of those, and we talked about it before, where you got to hit him, bob and weave, duck, hit them, move about, hit them, make them,
yeah,
as soon as they stumble, make them think they have a chance and everything. Okay, much like you remember, okay, WrestleMania 15. This is the first Brock versus Roman match.
yeah.
It went just like that. Because it was like throughout the match, it's like Roman would hit him, make folks think he got a chance, and then Brock would knock him down once, and then he'd go right back to beating him. And then, you wait for him to make a mistake. They make a mistake, they stumble, then you hit him, and then boom, you get him down. And now you really got a chance. See, it's got to be like that.
Andre was the ultimate 80s video game boss.
Yep.
He was the video game boss. Here's the thing. Maybe I don't know if he played any video games or not or did anything like that. He had to have watched that in his later years.
Yeah.
Watched every video game. He had to have watched every monster on that. He did the way his selling was. He had to have watched that for an idea. Maybe being at Vince's house and seeing Shane playing a video game or something. He
Yeah.
had to pay attention.
He did.
He had to, because he acted like a video game boss as a heel. It was like, I can't get him. Hey, Andre almost got him. Oh, he got me. He had to have been paying attention.
Yeah, and to incorporate that into his style, and you've seen where it's taken every other monster heel since. But we got about 8 minutes left. So I want to get on
We're
to our.
real fast. Think about this. How many times did you get him on his knee and then he gets you a fist right in the gut?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then it's like, and then right there, and then he gets you by the throat to the throat.
It's like one move. Yeah, one move.
And that's really much. That's what Nia should be, and that's what the whole point. That's the thing. But it should be that dangerous, and that's why I didn't. That's why I don't like everything else. You need to build them right.
Yeah, yeah. If it's somebody that big in size, you do need to build them right.
Yeah.
Well, now for what probably will be the main event, and that's the men's elimination chamber match. And that is going to see Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and the United States champion Logan Paul. So who will go on to face Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 40?
Whoa.
I know off the top, my pick is Drew McIntyre. It's time. It's time. It's time for him to hold gold again.
It really is. Same. I could see the big thing with Logan. I'm just saying this. I wanted this at WrestleMania, but I could absolutely see Logan losing it back to Ray, and then please do this for Dom. Let Dom get the ultimate heel. He can take his dad's mask.
Yeah.
And to go after the belt, and he takes the belt. Dom takes the belt. He takes his mask. What he could not get, and you could get that. As far as Drew, absolutely. It's like you could just see it. It'll be a long match, and he is good. It's his time, and he's been losing so much.
Yeah, and you know what? Not just losing, but getting literally that close. And it's been so much so it turned him heel or anti-hero, whichever one you want to, pick. But yeah, with Drew McIntyre, I mean, and you know something. And I read an article back then, and it's so true. Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship, and he carried WWE through the pandemic, through the COVID era. He deserves to hold that title. He deserves to hold a championship in front of a live crowd.
I mean, absolutely. And I'm like, the big thing is, this is the other thing. You want to know who else got that stupid losing streak? Solo. Why? Why? I mean, this is where I don't like creative teams. It's like, I know an idea. Biggest, baddest guy who beat Cena got to go on a losing streak now. What does this do with Cena? It makes him look old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with no one that's beaten Cena has gotten any pop. I mean, Austin. Finish.
You look at anybody in history that beat Cena.
No, Austin. No, but
I'm Theory.
Austin,
Theory.
No, thank you. Austin Theory. Look at anybody. You're right. Finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, anybody in history, and now, mind you, I'm talking about prime Cena. But anybody in history who beat him, it usually catapulted them if they weren't already at the top of the card.
Well, beating Cena with his age right now, it's like beating Hogan in WCW when he was FUBAR.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, big deal, Kidman. Big deal. It's like that's what that absolutely looks like. It's like this is why I don't like. This is the thing. It's one thing when you are a giant company, yes. But this is why I don't like creative teams made up of Hollywood writers that stink.
Yeah.
It's why I would rather see 2 or 3 writers. Okay, bring Steph back if you need to, and a couple of people in a room if you have to do it. Do that. Maybe have Triple H. Maybe they get the kitchen table one more time. Now, maybe that thing once a week. Or they have their own thing, but just 25 people. They're coming up with this idea. Solo Sikoa destroyed Cena.
Mm-hmm.
23 match losing streak. I mean,
Yeah.
and now you do it to Drew to turn him heel. You gotta turn him heel while he's dominant.
Yeah.
You gotta turn him heel while he's a dominant babyface. I mean, really cause the heat.
Yeah, that is true. It's just, with Drew, he had, and I'm actually curious to see what type of match Orton has at Mania. But I mean, you know what? No, this sets up to be, this actually sets up to be probably one of the best Elimination Chamber matches, in Elimination Chamber history. It's star studded. Yeah, Logan Paul, in Elimination Chamber match. Kevin Owens as well. You got LA Knight, who's the mega star, fastest rising star, and then not to mention you got Bobby Lashley, so I mean you got 1, 2, 3, 4 former world champions in one elimination chamber. And I know we've had some star-studded elimination chamber matches before, but something just tells me that this one right here is going to go off the rails.
Well, Fight Owens Fight belonged in truth, belonged in the Attitude Era. I
Yeah.
wish he was around during the time when you put it back, like another alternate universe, because you need blood. I mean, he's the one that needs genes. He's the one that needs to look like he's going through a bar. He needs that kind of thing. He needed to face Austin in his prime.
Yeah.
Just too mean, nasty. That would remind me of Brock and Samoa Joe. Just two mean, nasty guys that go 30 minutes. And that's my point. It's like, see, we're at a table. I'm at a table. You're at your room. You know what I'm saying? We just came up with ideas. This is why I don't want 25 people.
Yeah, and if Kevin Owens, if Kevin Owens was back in the Attitude Era and given his Canadian background, I could see him in the Hart Foundation. Just imagine the Hart Foundation with a second anvil, but he's more skilled.
Yeah, and it's like, and then, well, something, and then of course, Anvil. How many times he got fired? He'd be the new Anvil.
Yeah,
he'd be the new Anvil, and he'd be the enforcer. Of
and
the
Anvil
group.
was already the enforcer. So, yeah, so I mean, yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, it's like, but I'm just saying he would have been that, and it's like those are the little things. Like I don't like. I mean, Fight Owens Fight's a nice little one. It's just the wrong era. It's just wrong era because you can't do anything on television to scare kids. You can't bloody him up You can't bloody him up quite a bit. You can't give him a real beating like you could in those days. To where he can make a comeback like that. You can't do it. I mean, advertisers, they have the best advertisers ever, everything. You couldn't do it. So it's a little tough.
Well, and with that being said, we'll segue into our finish or DQ. And yeah, you kind of touched on it earlier, but curious to hear your thoughts. Damian Priest will become the second superstar ever to cash in his Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 40 and leave with World Championship gold. Even if you pick a finish, which gold does he go after what people will probably think the World Heavyweight Championship, or does WWE literally stun the world and should Cody win, he cashes in on Cody and wins?
I do it myself, but I don't care what fans say. You know me with fans of anything. I don't care. But I would do it, but it's like it'll be Seth, which will be fine. But then see, we made up 2 names, and then by the way, the finish. But we made up 2 names. Here's a third name, Cody, for the Cody to bring the belts together.
Yeah.
And bring the belts together because I know they're going to bring the belts together.
Eventually.
So yeah. So it's like there's a third. Damian has his time to really kill. Damian could be the Gunther of the world title reign because he could have 3. Remember, Gunther had how many great challenges Gunther had?
True.
So Damian Priest got 3 good challenges immediately. Oh yeah.
So definitely you'll see him cashing in at Mania, and and he wins. And you know what? That would be. And you know what would be crazy? Should Drew McIntyre win Elimination Chamber and beat Rollins, and then he cashes in on Drew, and now you've got a heel versus heel feud going on.
That used to matter. It used to matter. It's like you don't. There aren't enough to know how to do. You can't do heel properly. It's
Hmm.
like heel versus heel used to fight. We used to find out who'd be a better face.
Okay.
They used to be used that who'd be a face, who's going to get over. So it's like it's like but they knew how to be heels. Like I remember the Beverly Brothers at Ted DiBiase and IRS
Hmm.
had their match, and it's like it looked like they were going to be making Ted DiBiase a babyface or testing it out. You know what I mean? Because he took most of the match beat up. So
Uh-huh.
who knows? But at the same time, he couldn't have been a babyface anymore. His neck was bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of running out of time on that. I mean, and then again, the idea of a face DiBiase, yeah, I don't know about that. Now, of course, like that time he helped out Cameron Grimes,
Yeah.
but back then, oh no, dude. In my opinion, DiBiase's a top 5 heel ever.
Oh, there's one way that I would do it. Yeah, he's giving all his money away.
Yeah.
He's giving all his money away to a charity. Just pick a charity of your choice. He's giving all his money away. And it's like I'm sorry for all these years. I mean, I'm sorry for all these years. I'm going to earn my money the way I did it. I've given my money away. I mean, done.
he actually um he actually finds the kid from way back when, now was a full grown man,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'll give you $1,000, $10,000 to dribble this basketball 20 times, and he actually lets him finish.
Oh no, no, and it's like you're gonna see him. You're gonna see him look up because he doesn't trust him, and DiBiase does this.
Oh man.
Backs up, and lets him. And
Yeah,
it's like little things. It's like those are little things you could do. You know what I mean? Just have a little fun with it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even have to be a world title guy. He could just be, he could be low to mid card. Especially with his bad neck.
yeah, yeah, that is true. Well, we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. This was your WWE Elimination Chamber Perth 2024 preview. Next Monday night is going to be, you guessed it, the recap episode, where we will go through every match in detail, give commentary on our thoughts, and we're about at the halfway point on the road to WrestleMania. So for the sniper, that's the pundit, and we will see you all on Monday. This is Top Rope Talk. Take care.